everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome. So today, I want to do something a bit different with you. And in a second, I'm going to ask you all to stand up. And I'm going to get you to do a bit of clapping. And I'm going to jump on the drums and do a little something for you over the top. So if I could ask you all to stand, please. And here we go. That's it. Just keep it going just like that. Not too fast, though. Thank you, everyone. Have a seat. That was brilliant. Hope that woke you up a bit. So what if I was to tell you that developing a hobby could help you to overcome anxiety and self-doubt? What if you could use this hobby to skyrocket your levels of confidence, happiness, and make you genuinely excited to get out of bed in the morning? When I was 6 years old, I was rocking drum kits and grand pianos. The stage lights beamed down on me as I performed to audiences of thousands of screaming fans. Now, in reality, I was sat on top of a squeaky wooden bunk bed, playing to about 5 crusty teddy bears with a crappy plastic keyboard and a frying pan. I'd put on show after show after show. Then, when I was 7, Tom, dude, gave me some bongos. I liked bongos. They are extremely loud. Apparently, I'm an attention seeker. And so it made perfect sense to make drumming my new hobby. Little did little me know just how much more a hobby could become. When I was 13, I was about 1.5 feet shorter and about 1 foot wider and wore a hat, a bit like a weird squashed version of this. And I was in a band with a group of hairy teenage mates. We were scruffy, got stoned a lot, and played alternative rock music. We were all absolutely buzzing because we had just been accepted to play one of our first ever gigs at a festival. This was huge for us. But there was a problem. I had some anger management issues. On the Saturday morning, just before we were about to leave for the gig, I lost it and in my rage, punched the wall and broke my hand. We had to cancel the gig because I couldn't drum, and my mates were quite understandably pissed. Throughout my teens and adolescence, I was suffering from anxiety and depression. Life was stressful, and I felt shit a lot. At 2 a.m., on November the 18th, 2009, I drove my mate's car back from a party. I was drunk and in a bad space. I lost control of the car, swerved and hit the bank at speed, flipping us up about 15 feet into the air before we hit the road upside down, smashing the windows and crushing the roof in towards the top of our heads. All I remember is my friend screaming, "Jake, get out! The car's on fire!" We managed to escape, luckily, but I badly bruised my friend's neck, totaled his car, and broke my collarbone. I could have killed us both that night, or a late-night dog walker. Something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Shortly after the crash, I started music college, but I was deeply unhappy and life seemed to be stacking against me. I was 17 and absolutely plagued with anxiety. I remember one night being sat on my bed, I felt sick, my heart was racing, and my head felt like a pressure cooker ready to explode. I needed a way out of feeling like this, and I started reading a book called The Power of Now. I read about how our thoughts really affect how we feel. I read about how we all worry about what might happen tomorrow and stress over past mistakes, but we actually only ever have control over what we do in this moment, right here and now. Once I truly realized this, a monumental light bulb went off and so much of my stress and anxiety fell away. I learned to dwell on happier thoughts. You learn to treat yourself like your own best friend, which makes sense if you think about it, because you spend the most amount of your time with yourself. I got more into mindfulness, science, and spirituality, and all of these new techniques really helped me to progress faster on the drum kit. I hit the practice hard, and then when I was 19, I really wanted a job teaching drums, so I turned up at a local primary school uninvited on my motorbike. They pretty much interviewed me on the spot, and that was the start of an awesome teaching career. A hobby can be a meaningful job. For me, it's watching the faces of kids in their school concerts as they raise the roof. Their mates go totally mental as they applaud in admiration. A hobby can be packed full of proud moments. Your hobby can pay the bills and pay for your toys. It can take you to incredible places with your best mates by your side. So, this is me on tour with an awesome band called Electric Spank in the French Alps last year. This passion builds your self-esteem. It's having people come up to you and say, "Hey, I really enjoyed that." It's people leaving comments on your videos and posts saying, "Wow, I want to learn that," and keep going, you're onto something great. This hobby can be a tool for doing amazing things on a low budget. I've used it to get singing lessons, clothes, return flights to New York, a trip to the French Alps, and tens of thousands of pounds worth of lessons and training with incredible teachers. So much of this I've received for free because I've asked for help and had something to offer in exchange as a trade. My time and the skills that I've developed through my hobby. So going from drink, drugs, police, and punching walls to feeling calmer, happier, and more productive was inspiring. I'm now 25, and I feel like a totally different person to what I did back then. This journey of change has become my inspiration to launch an online course called the Daily Happiness Program. My mission is to inspire compassion and help others to live a life that truly excites them. This is a new great focus, another hobby that has turned into something more. So I want to take you on a quick journey, and it starts with you. How do you discover your hobby if you haven't already? So Meetup is one of many tools that I found really useful, and it's a free website and app, and it lets you choose from thousands of different potential interests, right? So you could choose from sports to neuroscience to gaming to baking, whatever you think you might be into. And then Meetup will then calculate exactly what events are on in your local area at that time, and there's loads of them. You can then walk out your front door, jump on a bus, and go to a meetup. Feel the fear and go anyway. I've had so many incredible experiences through Meetup. You might just discover something that totally inspires you. You can use your hobby to get you out of bed in the morning, to feel a sense of purpose and meaning. You can use your hobby to be around brilliant people who love and support you. You can use your hobby to work towards your full potential, as incentive to improve your health and well-being, to raise your self-esteem, to pay for your adventures, for your toys, to pay for your home. You can use your hobby to help, teach, and support others. We can make it something that is bigger than ourselves. These are some of the main building blocks to feeling happier and more fulfilled by life. We can meet many of our psychological needs through developing a central hobby or passion. Know that it is an infuriatingly slow, fast, maddening, confusing, time-consuming, devastatingly awesome, brilliant, shitty, scary, exciting journey. But you can achieve your dreams if you invest in your hobby daily. So I want to ask you, what's your drumming? Thank you very much.